It's to be continued for Victoria's cinema industry, with Stage 3 restrictions pausing movies on the big screen indefinitely. But just because the big screen has gone dark, that doesn't mean Victorians can't enjoy a movie during lockdown, with streaming services becoming an increasingly popular way to enjoy cinema content in your own home.
Being able to watch movies at home is so easy. A few clicks of the button and we can have it on our computer screen.
As a self-proclaimed film buff and regular cinema goer, Nick Angus is used to watching movies at home and on the big screen.
The elements of immediacy, ease, and just kind of the opportunity to watch with other people in your household is what makes watching films at home really easy. And you can still kind of recreate that cinematic environment, I think. It's never going to be the same as kind of going to the cinema, but you can, still kind of have all the lights out, even make your own popcorn.
Many streaming services have thousands of films available at a single click and at a much cheaper price than a movie ticket, with both Netflix and Stan subscriptions starting at just $10 a month. According to Australian market research company Roy Morgan, more Australians than ever before have access to TV subscription and streaming services. Netflix alone has seen an increase of 1 million Australian subscribers just in the last 3 months. But according to Gino Minari, who has worked in the cinema industry for 26 years, watching movies at home isn't a new phenomenon.
We used to see that 20, 30 years ago with video and DVD titles that were made for home entertainment, bypassing the theatrical platform. So it's nothing new. But for blockbuster titles and the vast majority of quality motion pictures, cinemas are, universally viewed as the best venue to watch them first.
Victorians may be confined to eating microwave popcorn and watching movies in their living rooms for now, but cinemas are excited to press play when restrictions eventually ease, all while implementing social distancing.
What's a home screen? 60 inches. I mean, our screens are 20 metres plus screens. Throw in the smell of popcorn and you've got yourself a great experience.
Alexandra Middleton, Newsline. Diana Connell and her son were forced to live in their car after fleeing from domestic violence.
It was really hard because, of course, once we left, we had nothing because we left with absolutely no, it was just our phone and the clothes that we were wearing.
Diana is among the thousands of Australian women and children forced into homelessness each year because of domestic violence.
We shifted 7 times in 1 year because of financial struggles and also my ex knowing where we lived.
Diana struggled to find accessible housing, that is, until she discovered Macaulay Community Services for Women, who supported her in finding permanent accommodation. Macaulay supports over 1,000 women and children each year, helping those who have experienced family violence and homelessness.
We need housing stock. We need a swift response to holding perpetrators account. We need a really good, comprehensive strategy for keeping women and children safe in their own home.
Since the 2016 Royal Commission into Family Violence, the number of family violence victims still homeless in Victoria has increased by over 1,700 people. Domestic Violence Victoria says it's due to the state's continuing shortage of social housing. But this could change in the coming years, with the Victorian government recently announcing it would deliver over 780 new social housing dwellings across Melbourne and regional Victoria. The new dwellings are set to roll out over the next 5 years and will be financed through the Social Housing Growth Fund, which was established in 2018. Diana finally has a safe place to call home, but she says the financial and mental burdens will always follow her.
You're just sort of having to just get by and it's very hard to crawl out of that.
Alexandra Middleton, Newsline. This growing sports club doesn't have the room.
It certainly is too small. We don't have enough toilet facilities, change room facilities. We're trying to share rooms between men and women in between games. The roof leaks constantly.
Aberfeldie Sports Club at Clifton Park has wanted new club rooms for over 10 years. They've been working with Moonee Valley Council to develop a master plan, which includes the redevelopment of their Jack Chalmers Pavilion. A redevelopment would help facilitate their 1,200 participants, as well as the growth of junior and senior women's football.
On that master plan, they agreed that we did need new rooms, and originally that was scheduled for 2020.
Moonee Valley Mayor Narelle Sharp has said the council clearly supports the redevelopment of the pavilion at Clifton Park, but at this stage, the works have been scheduled for 2027 or 2028. This is at least 7 years later than Aberfeldie expected.
Extremely disappointing, yeah.
The council has provided the women's teams with access to Aberfeldie West Park during the winter months, while Clifton Park awaits redevelopment. Mayor Sharp has said the council needs to prioritise redevelopments accordingly, taking into account facilities with the poorest conditions, meaning a number of other pavilion redevelopments have been put ahead of Clifton Park. Of the 9 sporting clubs in the Moonee Valley municipality, every other club has had pavilion updates or improvements since Clifton Park was last invested in. Some of them have even had more than one, while Aberfeldie hasn't had any.
Our rooms are pretty small compared to like other clubs. They have room to like kick the ball around and we don't.
Yeah, other clubs have been updating their facilities and they look pretty good, so Abers should.
They're quite old and it's time for new ones, I think.
Aberfeldie is hopeful council plans will change and they won't be waiting much longer. In Aberfeldie, Alexandra Middleton, Newsline.